Hey guys, Initial Shock here, coming back with another Fortnite video. This time I wanted to actually highlight a good how-to video, kind of explain it a bit better, and I wanted to show you some of the best loot areas that aren't, well, people still go to them in the game, but they're not as heavily populated as some of the others. And I'll tell you kind of the risks and rewards. We'll kind of rate them, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being high risk and high reward kind of thing. So, before I start, I just wanted to let everybody know that I let everybody know in my previous video on Fortnite that duos and supply drops are coming this week. I haven't checked today. It's going to be Thursday when I post this, so it just said, last time I played, it said coming later this week would be duos and supply drops, which is a good addition to this game, because right now it only has singles and squads. Like, you can do a duo, but other people are going to have 4, so it's squads of 4 and singles. So those are coming late. Duos and supply drops are coming later this week, and supply drops are just basically care packages that fall from the sky in random places in the play area that you can risk your lives for. You know, as soon as those drop out of the plane, there's going to be a bunch of teams going for them, or even, you know, you can get sniper rifles in the game, so people might be just kind of sitting on a hill watching it. Yeah, it's kind of risk reward type deal. High risk, most likely a high reward. I haven't gotten a supply drop yet, so I don't know what would be in them, but I imagine it would be some good loot. So those coming later this week. If not, they're either in the game or they're coming later this week. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, let's jump right into kind of a how to play the game and what goes on in it. So I kind of touched on this in the last video I did. You start off in the battle bus, it's called, above the whole map. You kind of the map is your oyster kind of thing. The world is your oyster, so you can pick a spot to go. I recommend a couple of different spots. I'll recommend them in a minute here. Drop down as fast as you can. Get in the houses. First off, you're looking for a weapon. You got to get a weapon first off. After a weapon, you're going to want to look for health, kind of bandages or a med kit. Third, you're going to want to look for now, if it's not directly in the same house as you or in the same complex as you, don't worry about it, but there's a potion you can take, a shield potion. It's a blue jar. You want to find those. It'll give you a shield. Now, you'll need 2 of them to get 100% shield. One of them gets you 50%, which isn't bad. But even if you have just the fifth, even if you just find one, it's going to be good, because you know they have to go through that shield before they actually get to your main health bar. So grab those. Fourth is find a better weapon than what you're probably going to be able to pick up in the beginning. So you're probably going to, there's weapon tiers. There's like a normal tier, a green tier. Normal is white, green is green, blue, purple, and gold. So gold being the better of all of those. So try to find yourself anything but kind of a white colored weapon. It'll help you. I think the damage output is better. It just has better overall stats than the kind of normal weapons that you'd pick up, and you'll see them throughout the footage. You'll see the green colored ones, the white colored ones, the purple. You'll see that in the background. You guys will be able to kind of pick those out in the game for yourself. Also, the main kind of objective of the game is to keep moving. I always try to keep moving. If not, I do try to kind of stay on the edge of that play area. So in the beginning, you'll drop in. You have, I believe it's like 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, something along those lines, to actually loot what you can from where you dropped, and then start to move into the new play area that'll be marked on your map. And if you're having trouble finding the map, you just want to hit up on the directional pad for console. I'm not sure what it is for PC, but we're going to be focusing on console here today. So up on the directional pad will get you your map up. It'll show you the incoming storm, which is highlighted in purple, and then it'll show you the new play area. So it'll be like a white circle around the new play area of the map, and you want to be on the inside of that, or else the purple area, which is called the storm, will start to deteriorate your health. Even if you have a shield, it'll still go for your health, not the shield. So it's very important to stay on the inside of the play area. In some cases, you can outrun the play area, or outrun the storm. Sorry, if you are lagging behind and you're looting, and you kind of forget the timers there, you can outrun the storm. In some instances, you can do straight line right through. It's a bit risky because if you do a straight line, you're not going to be able to get as much cover as you can in most cases, because straight lines, you're going through an open field or going through a town that could have some people camping in it. So keep your heads up, keep that in mind. I like to stay to the edge of the play area, so I play it close to the chest kind of thing. I loot as much as I can, and then I start to move in with about a minute left, maybe even less, and try to stick to cover, look for trees, singular houses in fields. You can crouch. I believe it's LB on the Xbox. I'm not sure what it is on the PS4, but you can crouch and make less noise. I try to move around like that. You might see that in the footage behind you. Try to move around like that. Anyway, so I'm kind of rambling here, so let's get on to the best loot areas, kind of with medium risk and sometimes a high reward, but mostly medium reward. I like going for these places mostly because not many people do go to them. A lot of people go to Loot Lake or I forget them. There's 2 or 3 big towns around Loot Lake, kind of right in the middle of the map. A lot of people go for those spots because there's a lot of loot there, but it's also high risk because you're dropping in with so many people. So here's my list, and I'll give you kind of specific areas to land. So Anarchy Acres, it's a farm. I believe it's in the north of the map. It's either in the north or the south, because it's in the north. Yeah, it's in the north of the map. There's a farmhouse on that farm. What you want to do is you want to drop in, try to get on the roof of that farmhouse. I believe it's the far north house on the plot when you're landing. Bash through the roof, and you'll be able to drop right into the attic. There's a chest there. The glowing chests are the best stuff, where the best loot is. Pick the chest up, get your weapons. There's normally health in there. There's sometimes one of those shield potions. Grab that. You're good to go. Then move out to the barns, go barn by barn, and then once you're done there, you should be good for the rest of the game. There's a lot of loot there. So, and then move to the play area. The next one is actually another farm. It's in the south. It's called Fatal Fields. Not many people go to these 2 farms, I find. There's a farmhouse at Fatal Fields. Same thing, bust through the ceiling, the roof, get into the attic, loot what you can, then move from barn to barn, looting. You should be good on loot for the game. Take your time and then start running to the play area. The next one would be Lonely Lodge. It's on the northeast side of the map. It's like cabins, kind of like campground cabins area. There's a tower there, like an observation tower. Land in that. There's almost always a sniper rifle there. Last game in this footage, you won't see me get the sniper rifle, which is just the luck of the draw. But what you want to do is I always try to land right in that tower. There's always a chest. Most of the time there's a chest, ammo, and then work your way down the tower and then loot the cabins and then go to the play area. Best way to do it. You'll be looted up and you can hit houses on the way to the play area. And my next favorite spot is just northwest of Moisty Mire. It's in the southeast kind of quadrant of the map. There's a prison there. If you look at the, I believe it's the easternmost building, it's a long building with 2 towers on the end. Hit the roof there, bust in, grab what you can. There's a lot of loot at that place. I find more people land at this place than the other 3 that I've mentioned, but it still has some great loot, and if you can get away with a kill or 2, you'd be alright. And last but not least, I'm going to mention this one because a lot of people go to this place, and it's kind of hot and heavy when you land, but if you can get away with some good loot, you're set for the match. It's called Loot Lake. It's right in the middle of the map. You can't miss it. It's the biggest body of water. There's a complex on the left-hand side, so on the western side of the lake. Hit that. There's 2 main buildings, I believe, there. Hit the roofs, or hit one roof, bust in, get your loot. Be careful because there's a lot of people that go to Loot Lake. I think it's because of the name, but this one will be high risk and high reward here. So out of all of them, I'd rate Anarchy Acres, Fatal Fields, Lonely Lodge. I'd rate them probably a 6, high kind of risk, and maybe a 7 kind of loot wise. So that's not, that's like medium range. The prison I'd probably rate 7 risk, 8 risk, and probably a 7 loot range kind of thing. So that one's a little more risky. Loot Lake, I'd probably do 10 out of 10 on both, because there's some pretty good loot there, but there's also a lot of people that you got to contend with, and you got to kind of keep your ears open and hear those footsteps. So that'll be it for the possible loot areas. Those are the ones that I hit. I hope you guys don't exploit that too much, because those are my favorite spots to land. I'll edit up the video and show you all the spots I can with the loot I got in those areas. Be on the lookout for those duos and supply drops coming later this week. If not, they might already be in the game. I'm not sure. But that will be it for this one. Thanks for stopping by, guys. It's been great. The channel's growing pretty good. You guys are wicked at supporting me. Keep it up. More videos to come. I think I'm going to be streaming Friday night, I believe. Yep, that'll be a stream Friday night, hopefully. I've actually run into a bit of a salty situation, so I'm going to do up a video for Friday morning explaining what I had to go through this week with not so much with the channel, but with getting some content for the channel. I'll go over that in a video, and I just want to vent to you guys and see what you guys think. So this video's gone on a little too long, so I'm going to send this one out. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your Thursday. Thank you. Bye-bye.